The Wiggles, Lachy's Fantastic Dream, a Lift the Flap Adventure. Emma, Anthony, and Simon were all in the kitchen having breakfast. "Where's Lachy?" asked Anthony. "Oh no, he must still be in bed," said Simon. "We had better wake him up," said Emma. "Good idea," said Anthony. "I'll go and wake him up now." But just then there was a knock on the door. "Hello, Dorothy," said Anthony. "Hi," said Dorothy. "I brought you all a bunch of roses from my garden." "Oh, they're lovely," said Emma, as Anthony walked off to wake Lachy up. Anthony gave Lachy a little shake, but he would not wake up. "Oh no," said Anthony. "How will I wake him up?" "I know," said Emma, walking in with Dorothy and Simon, and she waved the roses under Lachy's nose. He wiggled his nose, took a deep breath, and achoo! He sneezed, but he didn't wake up. Meanwhile, in dreamland, Lachy found himself in Dorothy's garden, sipping tea and smelling the most beautiful roses. How delightful! "You have beautiful roses, Dorothy," said Simon, "but they can't wake a sleeping Wiggle." "I know," said Dorothy. "Why don't we pull the covers off? Surely he will wake up then." So Anthony whipped the covers off the bed. Lachy gave a snort and rolled over, but he didn't wake up. Meanwhile, in dreamland, Emma was flying the Wiggles over Wiggle Bay. The wind whipped past Lachy as they streaked through the sky. Just then, Captain Feathersword walked into the room. "Hello, me hearties," he said with a chuckle. "What are you all doing in here?" "We're trying to wake up Lachy," said Emma. "Can you help?" "Step aside, Wiggles," said Captain Feathersword. "I'll wake him up." He pulled out his feather sword and tickled Lachy right under the nose. Lachy gave another great big sneeze and rolled over, but he didn't wake up. Meanwhile, in dreamland, "En garde!" cried Captain Feathersword, lunging towards Lachy and tickling him under the nose. "Ha ha ha!" laughed Lachy. "That tickles." "Oh dear," said Captain Feathersword, frowning. "That didn't work." "I know," said Simon. "What if we splash some water on his face?" "That's a good idea," said Anthony as he rushed off to get a glass of water. When he came back, Anthony sprinkled some water over the sleeping Wiggle, but Lachy still didn't wake up. Meanwhile, in dreamland, Lachy was on his surfboard riding a great big wave until splash! He fell in the water but came up grinning. Wow, what a wave! "How can we possibly wake him up?" asked Simon. "I know," said Emma. "I can play the drums." She rushed off to the music room and started playing a groovy beat. Captain Feathersword leaped up in surprise. "That is loud," he shouted, but Lachy still didn't wake up. Meanwhile, in dreamland, Lachy was on stage with the Wiggles. He was doing a terrific solo on his keyboard. Then the Wiggles all joined in. It was a great concert. What can we possibly do to wake him up? Asked Dorothy. I know, said Emma. Why don't we all shout, Wake up, Lachy, at the same time? Okay, ready everyone? Asked Simon. Everyone took a big breath and 1, 2, 3, wake up, Lachy! They all shouted at once, and Lachy leaped out of bed. Can you guys keep the noise down? I'm trying to sleep, he said, laughing. Mack Can Tap. Dan is in a jazz band. Where is Mack? Can he get here soon? Mack is so late. Dan will go get Mack. Mack is here. Now Mack can tap. Mack can tap. Yes. Think critically. What happened at the beginning of the story? What did Dan do when Mack was late? Why do you think Mack was late? How do you think Dan was feeling when he was waiting for Mack? If you were in a band, what instrument would you like to play? Why? Thanks for watching.